on snowballing in a reign of terror that is not abating.
Server. So I seem to recall you finally got into Arasaki compound number 4 and basically it appears to be rather deserted. You entered into this building, headed up to the server floors, finding the entire place empty, and it was only automated defense systems that seemed to be online. In the meantime, you have seen the odd drone roaming about, but other than that, it all seems very, very quiet.
Yes, very Resident Evil vibes.
I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. I did completely toy with the idea of going full, basically Star Trek Next Generations. Let's do a completely different storyline for fun and trap you on a holodeck with the safeties off and for Halloween. But I thought, nah, too cliched. But it's a bit lonely on the server. One GM and one player at the moment. Okay, Mr. Donahue, what do you want to do? Seeing as you're the only one here, you're in charge right now.
Here I come.
Trying to think. We exited the building out after not succeeding on trying to hack their servers, right?
That's correct. I mean, there are a number of other buildings around the area, as it were. I mean, it's a very smoky, high. It's a very high, smoky view there. But it looks like there's quite a few buildings around. Obviously, not as big and neon as the building you've just exited. But as I say, it's no traffic. Everything seems to be working. There just doesn't seem to be anybody around. It's a bit on the unnerving side.
Yeah. I think I'll set us up to do an ambush on one of those drones.
Okay.
So we can capture and hack it.
Sounds like an interesting.
I'm betting it's got at least like a map, like network connection that maybe I can take advantage of.
You would hope so, wouldn't you? How do you? Right. So basically, that's how you find yourselves.
It seems like they've been coming along fairly regularly.
I think they seem to they have been fairly regular, haven't they?
I think I'll use my scavenger.
Okay.
Yeah. Scavenger to find like an EMP grenade or something like that. So that we can like stun it and capture it.
Sounds like a reasonable thing. You probably could have found one in that Arasaki built compound behind you. I mean, there's multiple floors.
So when it comes by, we'll hit it with a grenade, get it like knock it out, drag it inside the building, out of line of sight of the street.
Needs oil in that thing, doesn't it? You can hear it moving.
Well, no one zapped it. I just flew it by you.
Oh, we're going to zap it, are we? All right.
Well, Mr. Donahue wants to zap it.
What are we zapping it with? I'll give him a support role. And what is it? Electronics hacking.
scrounged up an EMP grenade, so we'll chuck it at it, knock it out long enough to hopefully capture it and mess with it. You can just barely see that thing.
I know, it's a bit on the small side, this one.
It's terrible.
What's your throwing?
Athletics.
Right, what's your athletics? Aki.
6.
Better than me.
Okay, you miss. But you might deviate, so... Oh, he's using a Betty. 5 will be accurate. We won't worry about the fact it's not a... So that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to make it easy. The little supply drone just... the grenade goes off, the supply drone just fizzles and drops to the ground.
Excellent. We'll grab that in.
Have Smokey grab it, drag it inside.
Okie dokie.
Me and Aki will hack that little thing.
So I think have I got an advance? No, I haven't got an advance. I did it last week. Agility, that's it. Yay, we're back inside.
There you go. I'll put you back inside. Those interesting 3-dimensional flames.
So we have to kill. Jelsa said try not to get her killed, so we've got to kill her character, haven't we?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I've got 2 cards. Well, I've got 3 cards, obviously. But the one adventure card is get a clue.
Yep.
And the other one is betrayed. It's just like I saw. Oh, I should see what adventure cards I have. Get a clue. Gee, you just play this. All right. So where was I? I was checking my advancements. That's what I was.
Well, obviously, betrayed's easy enough. Obviously, I'll turn Smokey on you.
Want to hear something about adventure cards, right? On last week, on my first game, I think I told you, the guy played the one when, what is it? Let's do this. No, is it Let's Do This? The one where you can't use a Benny to soak wounds.
Yes.
Until a Joker's rolled. And then the first time he got hit, he got 3 wounds, and the second it was 2 wounds.
So he killed himself.
Yeah, that was the first encounter in the first adventure. Yeah. That was funny.
So, Aki, if you're going to help me with the hacking roll, go ahead and roll your support.
I'll see if I can find a better token. That drone token's tiny.
I've got fatigue from something.
I think you failed a spellcasting roll, didn't you?
I don't think I can do spellcasting, but yeah.
That was the oxygen, the fire suppressant.
Oh, the fast spray. So yeah, you won't be fatigued anymore. Yeah, you won't.
Am I no longer fatigued?
See, I'm not. Oh, it's there. Yeah, you should all be fine. That was the not really Halon because it was more caustic and dangerous type, because obviously that made life more fun for me because that screwed you over better. There you go. Yes, I know you would. Yeah, actually, apparently they do use sometimes. Some places will use water in a computer room. They just make sure the power's off first because it's less corrosive to the circuits. Apparently.
Yeah, I guess 5 will have.
I think in the distant future they have just a better way of suppressing fire.
Well, in corporate land where they don't necessarily have to worry about legality so much, they probably just pump out all the air.
Kill everyone in the room. Yeah.
Yeah, like they'll have it's corporation style, so they could probably get away with it.
It'd still be easier, probably, just to fill it with a non-breathable.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Just pump it full of an inert gas that basically. Yeah.
The one that ain't gonna burn. Yeah.
What you actually want is something that sort of removes all the oxygen from the room itself as well. Maybe as a only react, then that might affect the oxidization. Who
Or a
cares?
chemical
Anyway,
that turns oxygen into something else.
indeed, it's
No, it just
sci-fi,
needs
you
to
could do
be.
it.
It just needs to be heavier than oxygen.
Yeah, so the oxygen. Yeah, it does actually. So it just puts all the oxygen at the top of the room, doesn't it? Hopefully out of the area of the burning. Yeah, that would make sense.
I suppose that would be an interesting way to sabotage a server room, is to fill it with an explosive gas.
Oh yeah. Well, this is it. Okay, so
I see a bird.
I do indeed. What was I going to say? I found some rather nice edges that might have to consider adding in. One was called Deckmeister, which basically means when engaged in cyber combat and hacking and stuff, you get dealt an extra card and choose which card to act on. Oh, I quite like the look at that one. But anyway, that's by the by. For now, you have successfully you EMP'd the machine. And hacking, yes, you've bypassed it's only a simple supply drone. So, yep, you've quite happily easily got past its firewalls and with your assist. So you're sort of inside its core program, CPU core. Oh, what are you up to with it?
Well, like I said, first thing I want to do is get like its GPS and map coordinating system, GIS and map coordinating system like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it appears to be a standard Arasaki supply drone designated to the Arasaki compound number 4, which is where you currently are. The southwest quadrant, which is where you reckon, which is not where you exactly were sure you were before, but now you know. And it appears to basically been on standard job search patrol for 120 days. I.e., they just fly around in the area, and obviously it would appear that they will, being supply drones, they will, they're like delivery drones really. So basically, the local networks will broadcast they need a delivery, and one of these will pop in here, pick up the package, and off it goes. It appears to have been waiting for a delivery for 120 days, according to its internal chronometer.
But yeah, pull the I want to pull the see if I can. Should they be able to access like the local WAN? So I'm hoping to like get into the network using that.
Oh, I see what you mean. It seems to be just on some sort of isolated network that's sort of city-wide, but it literally seems to be a dedicated network. So you can pick up the locations of all the other drones and stuff like that, and you could also pick up whether or not delivery requests. But that seems to be all it seems to be designed for. They seem to be quite.
That's perfectly fine, because if there's a bunch of drones in one spot, that could be very interesting.
Yes, indeed.
So, yeah, I do want access into it, because even then it'll give me at least give us a layout of, the whole Tower 4 thing.
Certainly. So that will be a research role, unless of course you want to load in your I can't remember the option that lets you use hacking instead of research, isn't it? Because you can load it. I can't remember what they're called now. What are they? Modules or options? I can't remember how you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Into your deck.
Notice and decrypt and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put in the net. I'll load up Notice, which also has the browse option.
Yeah, which lets you use hacking instead of research, doesn't it? And Notice, basically. Yep. Go for it. Why has Merlin only got 2 bennies nowadays? Oh, bad luck. Okay.
Roll?
I don't think it is. It got a success of the race. It would appear. It doesn't appear to. Well, it doesn't appear to be any large concentrations. However, you do notice that there does appear to be a non-uniform distribution of the drones. But from what you can tell from the software, they sort of know where each other are, so they can sort of cover the same areas. There does appear to be quite a few areas where there appears to be large gaps and no drones seem to be. In fact, actually, from what you're seeing here, it would appear that one of these supply drones went offline quite recently after entering one of these dark areas.
Pull it up, throw it up on a screen.
Conveniently or worryingly, depending on your point of view, I suppose, it just happens to be quite near, not too far from where you currently are in the southwest quadrant.
Yeah. So, this has cameras and stuff.
The drones, it will have some form of, it will have some form of vision-based camera system. Yeah, so it can, it can navigate obstacles and all that sort of stuff. Yes.
I will. I'm going to use the drone as a drone. I'm going to put in a program so that I can remote access it.
Okay.
And then we are going to send it to that nearby black spot and see what happens.
Okie dokie. That will require some reprogramming of its
obviously, yeah,
core programming. So we'll see we'll see how well you do that. In the meantime, what's Merlin up to?
I will ask for your help with this, Aki.
I think Merlin and Wafer are obviously in deep conversation while you're doing all this hacky stuff, and obviously, I think he may be logged in, but still not.
Aki's playing Pac-Man on his tablet.
Well, anyway. So Donahue's asking for assistance on the reprogramming if you wish to assist.
Is it hacking?
Yeah. That gets you a +1. As the two of you work on trying to circumnavigate the sort of internal security options and re-enable the currently disabled remote access protocols. So that's a +1 on your roll, Mr. Donahue there. Oh, there we go. No problem at all. You got the raise. So, yep, you don't have any problems at all. And okay. Supply drone serial number 56425 is back online and now under your control.
Send it off to the black. How far away is that dead area?
About half a mile. Won't take it long at all.
Yeah, we'll stay here and send the drone off.
Okay. You send the drone away, and off it flies. As I say, as it goes along, everything seems quiet and peaceful. As I say, everything's empty and deserted, but the power still seems to be on. Everything seems to be ticking over. there doesn't appear to be any sort. I mean, whenever you see any vehicles or anything like that, they all appear to be parked. In normally on the side of the road or in garages or off the in that sort of thing. It's eerily peaceful. It's almost as if basically one morning no one got up, as it were. But even then, a city's 24 hours usually, so you're not sure what's going on there. But anyway, every so often you do, as you get down to this, what seems to be designated one of the dark zones on the sort of supply drone map. You do know things do look a little more distressed. Some of the buildings appear to be in a slightly worse state of repair, and in fact, there does appear to be the odd burnt out building. But other than that, again, still everything seems quiet. And the drone flies into the area and is quite happily sort of, it flies into the area, and you could see the grid system of the roads up ahead of you, and are you just going to do sort of? Do you have any particular plan in mind, or don't have a map or anything, right?
Just monitoring it and looking out to something's destroying. Obviously, is destroying the drones. So I'm just trying to find out, looking around to see what it actually is, and I've got it thrown up on the on a monitor on the wall.
Yep. That seems fine.
Everybody else can look as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So as I say, as it continues moving down, as I say, this area seems to be in a worse state of damage than where you are. It seems more predominantly to be a residential area rather than where you were, which is more a commercial area. Quite a few buildings seem to be in state of sort of damage or almost near total destruction. It suddenly picks up movement coming from of some description in the distance. And when you said to Rod, it said, "Look again. You don't seem to see anything. It's almost as if either the movement wasn't there, or whatever is there is staying very still, almost as if it knows it's being watched." Again, then, as I say, then you after a few moments, there is definite signs of what looks like subtle attempts of trying to move and stay in cover. And then suddenly it seems to speed up, and you see what appears to be a humanoid figure. You're not able to discern ancestry or anything like that from here, but suddenly starts running at high speed across the road, right in front of the drone at a distance, and you see her basically sort of dive through an open door into a building, and the next moment the drone goes dark as something hits it from behind, and it collapses down on the ground. You then see it's basically, as it's still lying on the ground, the camera transmitting. You see a large number of booted feet, a variety of feet, footwear and stuff, and a variety of interesting clothes, slowly advancing past the drone in the direction of the house. And then there's a sudden crack and sizzle as the feed goes black, as if something has just destroyed the drone, or at least damaged the camera so it can no longer transmit.
Oh dear.
The movement, the way that they were walking, was it like a march, or is it like a charge?
It was more like a shamble of just people milling around. Just a large group of people moving, but not organised, not marching or charging, as it were. Some were stumbling, some seemed to be walking more.
Did they have pumpkins on their heads?
They did not have pumpkins on their heads, no.
When will people learn? Umbrella is not a company policy to follow. I let them know.
The figure that we saw darting by, that one was not shambling, but the rest of them were.
Well, the others were shambling. When I mean shambling, it wasn't like, I don't mean it was like, some were literally shambling. Others were, it's just as like a shamble of people, a crowd milling forwards. None of them were marching routinely, and some of them weren't picking up, most of them didn't appear to be picking up their feet and stuff. But the other humanoid you saw, was basically running full pelt. Yeah. Whereas these seem to be sort of in no apparent hurry.
Okay, so the cloaked figure was running for cover, and the other figures were just kind of moving along at their own pace. And the drone got hit from behind, say where the people were coming from, not from the sneaker, but from the horde.
Looks that way, yes.
Yeah, we definitely got something weird going on here.
Can I have? Obviously, you were recording it, so I'm assuming as you're to analyze this sort of thing, you are analyzing your playback, because it'd be nice like that. So can I have notice checks with everyone who's paying particular attention to the video feed you've got? None of you got a good raise there, but so we won't necessarily give too much away. But the figure when you sort of watch it back again, the figure appeared to be quite obviously it appeared in shadow, even though there was illumination around, but was very fast and rather graceful. In fact, for some reason you can't put your finger on it. It did remind you of something, but you're not entirely you're not sure what.
So it's like looks like we've got that. Looks like a horde of something. I'm going to guess that we've got survivors and a small number of possible survivors and a whatever happened to people here.
Seems reasonable.
Now the question becomes, what are we going to do about it?
Well, I suppose going and trying and finding the survivor is what needs to be done. Mr. Big is supposed to be in the tower somewhere, right? Though, or supposedly.
You're you're not sure where Mr. Big is, but you suspect if Mr. Big was anywhere, he's probably, he's obviously right. If you think he's running things or behind things or anything like that, then he's probably in Arasaki Central, which will be the large pyramid-like structure. If it's based on the standard Arasaki compounds, in the very center of because this whole area is literally Arasaki employees and everything. But you're in the southwest quadrant, but in the dead center, there's one of those really big, sort of big, impressive-looking pyramid-style buildings that Cyberpunk likes so much. You know the type. It should be like that. Yeah. So,
is the pyramid a dead zone?
This particular drone was for the southwest quadrant, so it did the network it's on is only sort of. Doesn't cover the central zone. It only covers the southwest quadrant area, as it were. It would be said that from what you saw, these dead zones were scattered randomly over the entire southwest quadrant. Though there was about 10 of them so far.
So we can go to that dead zone and you can get an idea of what's going on here, or head for the pyramid.
Whatever's
your
going
guys'
on here, it would make sense that whoever's in the pyramid would know as well. So the question becomes, are we ready to confront who or whatever's in the pyramid, or do we want to go and get some information before we confront them? Didn't mean for it to be a stumper.
I just like the information, but I don't necessarily want to deal with a horde.
I'm okay either way. I'm just kind of playing here. Here's our choices. Let's make sure we're looking at all of them before we start anything.
Yeah, I suppose we can hope maybe just spy on and see what the horde is.
Okay. So you're going back out there, are you?
Well, roof hopping is really not an option, but we'll take a peek out first before going out.
Mm-hmm. Let's have those. Well, see, that's the entire frontage of the building there. So you've got all that lovely glass all along the front there to look at. Obviously, that doesn't give you 360 around the building, but it gives you a good view to the street area outside and everything if you want to take a...
Merlin knocks something over as he's headed towards the windows.
Aiming to be stealthful as you walk through the city. Okay. Basically, as you look out the windows, okay, Mr. Donahue's go for a 50, did his stealth roll as Bird is knocking something over. Aki's got quiet. But anyway, everything seems quite quiet out there at the moment. You haven't seen obviously with you not nabbing the supply drone around here, it's probably going to be a little while to another one. So, because they will update and try and cover areas. So eventually another supply drone will sort of reallocate itself to this area. But there's got to be a certain time to live, before the system allocates a new drone in, not allocates a new drone, but rejigs all the drones to try and cover the entire area again, which doesn't help because they keep, obviously, every so often they do try and send drones into the dead areas, which then means another drone goes offline. But everything seems well. Aki, Merlin knocks something over as all of you try sneaking quietly to the front. Wave seems to have decided that she's going to basically have a little nap on the sofa and then follow you behind very quietly, almost as if she wasn't here. But that's by the by. All seems quiet if you wish to head out.
Yep.
Let's head out. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I'm just
time to
checking
go.
train times. Sorry.
Okay, get outside. So what did we have? We had a 4, 1, 2.
I don't think the glass
15
knocking over
and
was
a
not
5.
enough to wake Waif up, so that's good.
I think Waif will be following you. You just won't necessarily realise Waif is following you.
Yeah, kind of typical Wave.
Yeah. Okay, so as you step outside, a sudden noise from around the side of the building catches your attention as somebody else rolls a 2 on their stealth roll. However, okay, well, this could get interesting then. So then from this building up here, you hear a gunshot. Well, I say gunshot. You don't actually hear a gunshot, but you determine somebody's shooting at something because some sort of energy projectile lands in the vicinity near you.
Which building?
That building.
Okay.
It's angling down as if something was on the roof. But anyway, supply drone isn't here anymore. So, Aki, you get to go first.
Have we got a map?
Yeah, sorry, it's that one again. Sorry.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I closed it.
That's absolutely fine. So, as I say, the shot came from that building there. It hit the corner of the building. As you emerge
A
out.
bad shot, like someone was trying to shoot us and missed.
You don't know. And as I say, whatever it was, it appeared to
Or
be
shooting
quite.
something around the corner.
But anyway, you step outside and you suddenly hear a gunfire style shot of a energy or projectile weapon of a type you didn't recognise, truth be told. But anyway,
I'm going to Benny that run roll.
okay.
That's better. All right.
So you've got another 1 inch movement on the 7 you've already done.
Dodging cars.
Oh, Teddy.
Oh, so yeah. And can I see anything up ahead?
You can see exactly what. Yeah, it's very smoky and misty, but you can see whatever you can see, as it were. Oh, hang on, that's a very good point. Actually, you might be able to. I apologise. You can see something that's lurking around the corner now you've cleared the edge of the building.
Oh, I'm going to shoot it. It definitely looks like a bad guy.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it is. You've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, it looks like a herper. Okay, right.
It appears to have it seems to basically consist of decaying flesh, large claws on its fingers and toes, and a rather long-looking tongue protruding from it.
What on its fingers and toes?
Claws.
Oh, okay. Okay, claws. Okay.
They're going to see me shooting this thing.
With your automatic weapon, well, your single shot, you shake.
I ran, so I couldn't use my steady.
No, I know,
thing, so.
I know. You basically you fire you're silenced. You're using your silenced firepower. You hit it once.
And then I point it and go, "There's a thing over there." Yeah.
Okay, and I won't end your turn.
Oh, I shall do that for you.
Merlin.
Well, Merlin heard him go bang, bang in that direction, so Merlin is going to kind of move out this direction. See if there's any more than just the one back there.
You can only see the one.
In that case, I will throw a magic missile at it.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He did call himself Merlin.
Sorry, Merlin.
Okay, I think I'm going to attempt to soak that wound. Which I did.
Booger.
With startling agility, it evades your magical shot. That's a hit. Bloody hell. Yeah, I'm not going to try and soak that one. He wasn't supposed to hit at that range. Whatever that creature was explodes.
Something attacked it.
And another shot came from the roof of that building.
Right, I think we need to head over to that building.
There appears to be. Yep, that's fine. That's okay, and that brings us to Mr. Donner here.
Yeah, I think we will head for that.
It's almost like you knew you were going to roll a 7. And Smokey. Not sure why Smokey's got an 8 of spades on him. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got an 8 of spades stuck on his combat tracker.
He's got a pace 8, so
If you click the run die again, it should do it automatically. It should calculate it correctly for him because it's on him now.
Yeah, I was just seeing what his base was.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, so Smokey literally, you hear the as the servos pound as he goes charging down the road. Okay, can I have notice checks from everyone, please?
I may not be sneaking so good, but I am looking so good.
Indeed. Donahue's obviously concentrating on other things. However, Merlin, Smokey, and Naki, you suddenly see a sort of a bright flash of light appear on top of the building, and then it dissipates almost as quickly as it occurred. What do you do?
What do we notice?
A bright flash of light emanated from the very top of that building and then dissipated very quickly. Mr. Donahue.
Who didn't notice it?
Mr.
Donahue.
Donahue didn't. Yeah, Donahue didn't.
Donahue, I say there was a light up there. You might have not missed. You might not have spotted it.
How tall is the building?
It looks quite tall from this picture. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 floors and the roof.
Okay. I'm assuming that's too far for like Merlin to detect what magic if that might have been magic.
Yeah, that's going to be way beyond my capabilities.
In the building and up to the roof, I guess.
Okay.
What's
Meantime,
on the roof?
that thing that just got shot is just basically decomposing rapidly in the middle of the road. Okay. I'm going to unlock tokens. You don't appear to have any. You don't appear to have any disruptions or anything attacking or shooting at you as you enter the building and then start ascending the stairs. Unfortunately, the lift doesn't seem to work on this building, of course. And finally, you appear on the roof. So I was just having fun with Mr. Donahue getting him up the stairs. As you can probably guess, by the time you get here, the roof area appears to be devoid of any individuals.
So surprising.
Is there a residue of teleportation here? Maybe.
There is a strange slight dip in the roof. The area where you reckon the bright light might have been. Almost perfectly smooth depression. Almost as if, like, if you imagine if you put a bowling ball in the sand, you get a lovely smooth depression type thing. That appears to what's happened to the concrete of the roof here. Something scooped out the concrete.
Oh, so temporal teleportation.
Yeah, kind of like
Now that we're up here, Merlin will
Terminator.
see if he can detect magic and see if this was mystical or scientific in its nature.
Ooh, go for it. You got a raise. I suppose the best description you could come up with would be some sort of, it seems to be a combination of both. Oh, not technomancy as such, because technomancy is just the ability to use magic in cyberspace. This seems to be a fusion of science and magic. is the effect you're getting. Definitely get the impression that the bright flash of light gives you the impression that technology was used to open a magical portal to the astral plane.
I am suddenly feeling jealous. I am suddenly feeling jealous.
You're suddenly feeling jealous. Why are you feeling jealous?
Using technology to do magic? Yeah.
Yes, that's what I figured. Good, that's the right reason to be jealous. Again, you have this nagging feeling. You have this nagging feeling that you have this feeling you've seen something similar before, but you're not entirely sure where or when. Which is also disconcerting. It's almost as if, pardon me, almost as if something doesn't want you to remember where or when.
Well, except that I do remember where and when, but
If you remember, well, by all means, I'm quite happy to.
When we were dealing with that robot eye thingy, we thought that robot eye thingy was Mr. Big, and it teleported away, and it was definitely not.
Oh yes, that's true.
Magical in nature. So, yeah, I'm a little jealous, but I'm also way concerned.
No, okay.
Because that was not a good guy.
No, but as I say, that is.
Yeah. So where did the shambling occur? Far from here?
About half a mile.
We need to head for the shamblers, don't we?
You want to head for the shamblers.
Well,
Okey-dokey.
if everyone else agrees.
No, that's where we were going initially, and then there was that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I don't.
Let's get back on our shambling quest.
Your shambling quest begins again. So just sorting it. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Down.
Are there any witches flying around on broomsticks?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, it's that night of the year, isn't it? It could be witches flying around the city.
Well, like I said, I decided against the holodeck adventure with zombies and pumpkin monsters. And
yeah,
witches.
You say that, and then suddenly a bunch of pumpkins appear. Yeah.
Oh, I deleted the drone. I should have actually kept it. Okay. I'll see what I can do about that. All drone. I'd have to watch my video again because I can't remember what the serial number was. 5. Oh well.
I was gonna say there's one on the bottom edge of there was one on the bottom edge of the map.
I might have deleted. Yeah, I think when I deleted it off the combat tracker, it went okay. So I can't. As far as even if it isn't, it is now supply drone 54623 because I can't remember what it was before, which is my fault. I should have kept track of my own naming conventions. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then we'll bring you guys on. Put Wave at the back there. And then Aki and Donahue and Merlin and Waif is obviously with you to save you if you absolutely need it.
Waif will save the day at the last second. Just as we're about to die, she'll kung fu chop everyone dead.
Well, possibly. Okay, so you head down the streets. As I say, this area's looking a little more ramshackle and a little rundown. As I say, it's predominantly a residential area, although this particular bit here appears to sort of be some shops that sort of serve the residential area. They seem to have little clusters of them here and there. Pharmacy on your left as you enter the area. You can see the drone, the downed drone. The movement you saw came from behind this barricaded area here, and basically it leapt over the barricade and headed that way.
Is there a new map?
Oh, was I not shared? I thought, is it not shared? There we go. Sorry. Let's be giving you lovely descriptions there.
Oh, you were doing a theatre of the mind at first. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Okay, so now you can see the down drone. The movement it picked up was behind this barricade here. I'm seeing as you can see where I said it before, and then the movement went that way. The fast movement took it that way over that, leapt over that barricade there, and then headed off down that way there. Obviously, the direction of the horde was obviously in relation to the drone was that way, was sort of like that, as it were. So you're not sure where it came from. Yeah.
Take a look at the drone to see what damage was done to it.
Be my guest. I'm not. Oh, there you go. You can quite happily let you move up to there, no problem at all.
Keeping checking the streets and stuff like that, looking for this, make sure so don't get surprised by the horde.
Indeed. Oh, I can't believe I forgot. Okay, hang on a
A
second.
notice or a repair check.
A notice would be fine. Yep. What did you get?
A 4.
Okay, well, yeah. So what were you looking for on the drone there?
Just to see what damaged it.
It appears that it was did damage it? That's a very good question. It appears that it was physically attacked. As in the damage to it that seems to take the camera offline. However, it also appears that the lifting, the mag lifts or whatever, the stuff that lets it fly, seems to be slightly sort of melted.
Melted?
The whole, there seems like the whole engine area seems to have sort of, as if some sort of chemical reaction that took place that sort of caused damage to the components.
Interesting.
Can I have a notice checks from anybody except Donahue? Please. Okay, Merlin, you're a little slower on the uptake, possibly because of the angles and everything. But you notice coming northwards towards you as large. It seems to be a group of shambling individuals. Aki, you notice as you're searching around the area by the barricades, a rather larger individual seems to be sort of rising up out of the debris over there. He's seems quite he obviously ate a lot. He obviously ate well in the past, for he seems to be rather on the large side.
Oh dear. It's an infected blob. Okay, I'm going to shoot him.
Okay, well, it depends. We'll see what happens. The point is you're not surprised. Is the point I was gearing for. And then...
Don't like look at that. I do not like look at that blob. Okay? It reminds me of a zombie movie. Or Left 4 Dead. With exploding blobs.
Okay, let's lock the tokens and see what happens. Oh dear. Oh, that could be unfortunate. The concealed individual that basically no one beat on their note on their whose stealth they didn't beat on the notice roll goes first. Aki, you suddenly hear a sound above the bloated individual. It appears to be another creature. It seems to be playing with its intestines.
Delicious.
Unfortunately, when I say playing with them, it literally seems to be sort of starting spinning them round and round, faster and faster, almost like a lasso or something.
Like one of them zombies out of Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, when it suddenly
the
basically
ones that pull you up, yeah.
It literally whips you with its intestines. Oh dear. Yep. So I'm afraid with the Joker bonus, you are hit with a raise with an intestinal whipping.
Lovely.
Fortunately for you, your subdermal armor protects you.
Excellent.
Over
But
to
I'm
you.
still covered in goo, right? Guess what I'm
You're
going to
exactly
do?
10 inches away, which is the range of its intestines. I don't know. What are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot them both, yeah.
You're going to shoot them both. Okay. Well, you hit the lasher once. You hit the lasher twice, and you hit the blob once. Roll for damage.
So, blob first.
Okay. You shake the blob. You shake the lasher. You wound the lasher. I'm going to spend a penny on that. It soaks it, I'm afraid.
Oh, booger.
Merlin, because
Now I can't move, can I? Because I've just spent the round aiming, but yeah, okay. Then I'll pass my turn. Oh, someone's already done it.
If you used marksman, then you can't move. If you
It's not
didn't,
marksman, it's the rock and
equivalent.
roll edge. If I spend,
Yes.
if I don't
Yeah.
move, I can do it. But can I
Yeah,
do it
exactly.
afterwards? Is what I thought. But
No, technically you can't.
yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, I was going to go behind that yellow barrier next.
Yes, Merlin.
Yeah, Merlin's taking some measurements here. Do. I need to make it how much? 12, 8, 16. So if I move 6 inches, that should put me close enough. So let's go ahead and start by walking forward to there.
Hello, Sam Longshot. I'm sorry, Hal. I didn't notice you sent that. Happy Savage Sunday. I apologise for a late response. Hello.
No, I don't know if that'll make him.
Sprawlrunners on Halloween.
No,
I had to have zombies, didn't I?
Okay. Yeah, Merlin is going to multi-action. We're going to start by walking forward. And have Aki be just out of range, so I guess I'm going to have to pump extra points into it. We're going to start by putting some mage armor on everybody.
Okay.
I will even put some on Smokey. Do I need to put some on drone 5462?
No, it was there just to lure you in.
That was the scout I sent in. They got destroyed.
Okay, well, I wasn't sure it was green, so I wasn't sure if you got it back on its feet or something. So,
Nah,
okay.
they didn't try.
And then I will cast. Doink. Dice ran away.
It did, didn't it? I saw you. I could see one of the die, but there you go. Wow.
Yeah, let's mini that.
Okay. Do not forget your adventure cards. Okay, that's successful.
No, that's not.
Oh, no, it's not. Because it's -1 on the multi-action, yes. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is. I think I got robbed because that first one hung. Okay, so that's going to fail. Instead, I'm going to let's see. Magic missile has got the better range, right? I don't have to.
Well, at least that only costs you 1 power point to fail.
Yeah, exactly. So 16. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pump extra for that one too. I think I'm gonna go ahead and zap the infected blob.
Okay.
I will have to increase the range on it. But we won't worry about anything else. We'll just do the extra range.
You hit the infected blob. Oh. Your dice went again.
Yeah, my dice keep running away from me. What the heck? Well, at least this time I got a decent number from it.
Okay, 2 wounds. I'm going to attempt to soak that, although I think it's a lost cause at this point. Oh, maybe not. It soaks it and unshakes.
Of course it does. Okay, that's it.
Okay, I was a naughty boy with Mr. Aki, so I'm going to be a good boy from now on. Mr. Donahue.
Okay.
He's a very naughty boy.
He's not the fun.
I will shoot at that lasher. Oh, he's no.
Sorry, I forgot to add that one earlier.
No, wait, that's not. I will move closer.
Be my guest.
Take some cover there, and he'll still be medium range. Did I boost my shooting? Yes, I did, because it is a D6, right?
Anyway, you shoot your heavy pistol, and
I didn't miss it.
you did well. You would have hit, but unfortunately, it seems incredibly dexterous and avoids your shot.
Yep. And Smoky. I point at the infected. To the north side of the map and tell him to kill.
Okay. He's got a pace of 8, so he could probably reach one of them, which he can't. In fact, he can actually, from there, he can actually hit 2 of them.
I can?
Yeah, if you hover over him, he can hit infected 4 and infected 6 from there, because he's got extended. He can extend his blades extra long. If you notice, he's got reach 2.
Okay.
So he can actually hit. Yeah, in fact, actually, you could hit. You've got a choice of 3 targets. In fact, but he's obviously only got 2 arms. One, so you can only do a single attack on each and issue multi-action. Ooh, actually, 2. Yeah, so actually, yeah, you got the choice. You can either. Hang on, why has I got 2 attacks and then 1 attack on his vibro blades?
Because he has 2 fisted, so like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so yes, yeah, exactly. So you can either 2 fists get 2 of them, or you can just attack 1 of them, or you can multi-action, of course.
No, we'll just for the moment.
So he hits 1 of them, but misses the other one. Roll the damage with his vibro blades as they extend out of his arms. Okay, you shake 1 of the infected. Okay, so the blob. Cheap. Yeah, he's going to move. The blob comes closer. and basically
And
claw-
I'm going to play that card.
What? Oh, just after I hit you on a D4.
Just
Play the comment
before I
section.
hit you. Just before you
Okay,
hit
so
me.
what are you saying that's so... Obviously, what's the PG version or whatever you say that's so shocking? That
I'm going to
shows-
do. I don't know what I'm going to do, but whatever it is, it's going to get infected creatures to be. Maybe I'm going to start dancing and take a dump in the middle of the
Play the
street at
comment-
the same
Your
time.
characters
I
are
don't know.
something so shocking it brings the area to a standstill.
Everyone,
Everybody's
including you
shaking.
lot, are shaken. Yeah,
Doesn't say you though, Intra. Well, it does say
everyone
logically-
except me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, logically speaking, you can't say something so shocking that you shock yourself, can you? So let's put the supply drone on hold because it technically isn't, not on deal, on hold because it isn't actually moving. It is literally there to be a lure. Okay. Basically, the blob would have hit you with its claw, but you managed to
Did something so shocking. I can't think what would be so shocking. I can think of things that would be so shocking for normal people, but not for zombies. But whatever it was so shocking. They would, it hit their human part of their brain.
It's having it's been scarily affected so far. Okay, one of them unshakes. Pace of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It just advances to there. That one remains shaken. That one is unshaking. That will advance 1, 2, 3, 4. Remains shaken. Remains shaken. Shaken status is removed. 4. Shaken status is removed. Shaken status is removed. Okay, new round. Infected number 8 unshakes.
Oh, there's more of them.
Well, I was counting on you having magical defenses, so I'm a bit concerned right now. The lasher is no longer shaken. Okay, so it was there, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3 gets it to there. It's going to have to drop down to there, which means it attempts an intestinal entangle on Donahue, but Donahue is just out of range. So it literally has created like a lasso effect with its intestines and throws them at Donahue. They land just short of him, and it starts roiling its intestines back in. Aki.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to kill this thing now.
Okay, you hit the blob. It explodes. Well, bursts would be a better phrase.
Yep. I knew it was going to do something like that, but yeah.
Okay, so let me see.
And then we're going to after I recover from its gut entrails, or if I recover, I'm going to move. But yeah, let's wait. Do the move after whatever happens next.
Okay. Okay, you are covered. Basically, you're covered in its internal bile.
Lovely.
It's acidic. You're covered in its acidic stomach contents. It basically burns your senses. As you are coated in vile bile. 4. How long? Oh, only 1 round. You're okay.
Can I get out of that or not?
No, because it's a burst template, Jobby. Yeah, you just have to not be inside its burst area when it goes. So, nah.
So I can't move then.
Oh, you can move. Yeah, you're
right.
fine. It's just your eyes are burning and you're finding it very hard to see what you're up to.
Okay, I'm going to move towards Donahue. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. In the meantime, that's the blob gone, isn't it? Did you only shoot the blob this time?
Yeah, I shot all three in a blob. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the blob explodes, covering you in bile, and you find it very hard to see at the moment. Merlin.
Okay, can't see. So yeah, I guess what I'm going to have to do is move up a little bit more. I'm going to play. Am I going to play that? No, I think we'll go ahead and just hold off. I'm going to shoot the infected lasher.
Okay.
With my magic powers.
Be my guest. Its dodge is annoying, isn't it?
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
Would I guess the answer is probably not, but the initiate ability, only records I own can be shared. Okay, fine, I don't own that record. Ignore 1 point of penalties when casting spells. Is the dodge a penalty? In which case, that would become a 3 and a hit?
No, however, that does mean you successfully cast your mage shield last round because you failed by 1, didn't you?
No, I had that calculated.
Oh, you had that cancelled by putting a +1 in. No, I'm afraid dodge isn't a spell casting penalty because what actually happens is the 5 means you successfully cast the spell. However, it dodges it. That's how it actually works.
And so dodge is a +2 to ranged target attacks, or is it a -2 to ranged target attacks? In which case, it would count as a penalty, and I could offset 1 point of that.
No, dodge affects the target, not you.
Yes.
Okay. Bummer. Okay.
And it sucks because my smart links they got the same thing that it reduces penalties, but dodge isn't a penalty, so I can't actually.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay.
Okay. Right, infected.
No, wait. Unless the victim of a surprise attack are taken completely unaware, dodge subtracts 2 from all ranged attacks. No, it is a penalty.
But it's this is where it gets interesting, you see, because if you look at this is where it gets interesting because this is the thing. I don't. Yeah, I know it shows it as a +2 because it's easier for it to say you need a 6 than it does to take the dice rolls off. That's how Fancy Grounds does it. The character reaches higher spheres in their magic chosen provision. They ignore 1 point of penalties when casting spells. But the penalty isn't on the casting of the spell; it's on the targeting of the spell, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I'm also looking at my smart link, which reduces penalties up to 2, up to a -2.
You know what? I'm going to allow it.
I'm not sure about his. I can't look at what his power is doing it. I'm looking at dodge itself is what I'm looking at.
Dodge applies a -2 penalty. Is that what? That's the actual description of dodge, is it?
Yeah, I have the edge. It says dodge.
Yeah.
Dodge subtracts 2 from all ranged attacks made against the character. It does not stack with actual cover, however.
I'm happy to allow your initiate mean you can hit someone with dodge on a 5. Yes. So I'm retconning it. You can roll your damage on the lasher.
Like I said, I don't know what power
All that
he's
fuss
using.
that didn't get any help.
Or what? Yeah, I don't know what edge he's using.
He's got
Benny the damage.
He's only got 1 Benny left. No,
I haven't. No one's been awarding bennies for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, no, like I said, I did hit him, but not so good. He dodged most of it.
The character reaches higher spheres of magic in their chosen profession and becomes an initiate. They ignore 1 point of penalties when casting spells. I mean, I'm sure, technically speaking, I'm not convinced I should allow it, but I'm going to allow it, if that makes sense, because I'm nice.
What edge is he using?
It is the initiate edge.
Okay, there we go. They ignore 1 point of penalties when casting spells.
It doesn't say what type of penalty, does it? So that's why I've decided to allow it.
And that could be fatigue, that could be wounded, that could be...
Yeah. And to my mind, there is nothing in it that says... Oops. There's nothing in it that says that it can't be applied to ranged attacks. So that's why I decided to allow it in retconness, as it were. Okay.
Free attack.
Should have bought a flamethrower.
Yes, you get a free attack. Yes, you do get a free attack on Infected 6. Smokey does get a free attack on Infected 6. He hits with a raise. Roll for damage, Smokey. Whew. In the meantime, for an interesting discussion and interpretation of the rules, I'm awarding bennies all around.
Excellent.
Okay, that infected is skewered and goes down. Infected number 7 advances to there.
Yeah, unfortunately. I'll have to upgrade him to get him not combat reflexes.
Improved, whatever it's called, yeah. I know the one you mean, though. Okay, Donahue, you are no longer shaken by the offensive comment the dwarf made.
Okay, good.
I say it must have been truly atrocious to cause the infected to be because they're definitely not zombies; they're infected.
All right, he's within short range, and Smart Link will ignore his dodge. He doesn't have any cover or anything.
He doesn't have any cover, no.
All right,
he's just counting on the fact that he can entangle you with his intestines from a distance.
That will hit though, because I have the Smart Link, which ignores up to 2 points of penalty from cover, range, and called shot.
Okay, I accidentally made it a 67, so you hit, but you don't hit with a raise, which 67 was.
Well, I wouldn't have hit with a range with a raise anyway. So
no, I know.
Boom. That's not very good damage. Let's Benny it. Oh yeah, that was worth it. 2
wounds. Okay, yep. I'm going to say that. That's the end of the lasher as it collapses.
In its entrails.
Indeed.
That he was playing with.
Indeed. Yes.
Lovely.
Brings us to Smokey, who technically shouldn't have got a free attack because he was shaken after the offensive thing Aki said, but I didn't. I forgot, so you got away with that one.
He was?
He's a robot. He doesn't get shaken by offensive things.
I was going to say, I thought he was out of range.
It's okay. It's my mistake.
It's not got any range. Everyone gets it. Yeah.
All right, it's his turn. So, oops, no.
It was so bad it offended a robot. And the undead, yeah.
They're not undead, they're infected.
Oh, same thing.
Okay, as it stands, only 1 infected is in range of Smokey, but that is an acceptable move. That's an acceptable move. It doesn't leave the reach of the infected, so the infected doesn't get a free attack. However, it does allow Smokey to attack 2 of them with his extended arm blades, hitting twice. 2 wounds on 1. Down it goes. 2 wounds on the second. I should turn off the roll thing. We only need to know that when there was certain specific NPCs you weren't supposed to kill, but that's okay. That looks like that's the end of the round. So on to the beginning of the new round. And look at that.
He's still got more movement.
He can move. Moving is a free action. Please forgive me for letting you all have bennies there by instead of letting Rocky finishing his move. There you go, Smokey. Rocky was Flash Gordon. Rocky was Flash Gordon.
There we go.
The robot played by Tavis in Flash Gordon's Rocky.
Ah.
Merlin giving everyone bennies.
Delete you.
Well, let's see. You know what? I don't like being double-sided like this. So I think I'm gonna make sure this card does what I think it does.
Yeah, I should point out, Donahue, and your proximity to Aki is you can smell him from here. Whatever he's covered in really gives off a pungent smell and probably attracts. It makes him easier to attract. Find, I should say. Anyway, over to you, Bernard. Sorry.
Track or find,
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play that.
Arcane Spike. No. I hate that card. Go for it.
Such a good card, though.
Yeah, but as a GM, I hate that card. It's actually one of the reasons I don't use the adventure deck in Pathfinder. The characters are quite powerful enough. That card means I'm just going to cast.
They bring out a special Pathfinder adventure deck, are they?
I don't believe so. Technically speaking, depending how you interpret it, the adventure deck isn't part of Pathfinder. But it is obviously because it's still using the Savage Worlds rule set, so you can use it. But anyway, what is the power you're going to use?
Well, everybody's all concerned. I'm just going to use Blast. I'm going to temporarily drag it into my power list, just so I have it handy. And it, by default, is a medium. I think I'm going to need large. Yeah, I'm not quite going to hit all of them, is it? Well, that one's shaken, so I'm not going to worry about it too much.
It gets all the others.
So, yeah, it'll get all 4 of the others, which is kind of what my goal is. Let me see. Do I want extra damage? You know what? Let's go ahead and do extra damage. Let's just go ahead and throw it all at it, right? So,
okay, you're going to get to cast it once with this card, so go to town. I have to admit, the modifier system's quite scary. It's like, hell, come spend 15 power points on this spell. Bang, there you go.
Do I have to increase the range? No, I'm good on range. I'm good.
You can't do that in Lankmore.
Okay, so we're going to make it larger, which makes it a 4-point. We're going to do the damage, makes it 6-point. We're going to do lingering damage, making it 8-point. Let's go ahead and stop there.
Okay, with the Joker bonus as well, you successfully cast it. You didn't get the raise, alas, but...
Yeah, I think I'm going to try one more time just to get that raise.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and just really cook these.
Oh, it was there for a second. Did you see that at the very last second?
Yeah, I saw that. Okay. Okay, we'll just take the regular hit then.
Go for it. Roll that damage. Okay, 11 points of damage on the first one, incapacitating it. 8 points of damage on that one, shaking it. But there is lingering damage, of course, which will be 3d4, won't it? Okay, 3 wounds on that one, so that one explodes. And you shake that one. Meaning it also will take 3d4 lingering damage. Oh, I must have put it on the wrong one. Lingering damage on both of those. There we go.
Okay, and that is my turn.
Okay. That brings us to Mr. Donahue, who has basically shot the intestinal lassoing infected.
Is it down?
It appears to be. It fell off the roof and landed with a heavy flump on the floor there. It took a while for the intestines to pour down afterwards, but yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's 20 yards of intestines it could throw at you.
Good.
20 yards of entrails on a Wednesday.
All right, I will shoot that one there. Coming from the other direction.
Okay, you shoot it and wound it.
Hit it and wound it.
It goes down. Infected number 12 expires, regardless of what the dice say, because I forgot to turn that option off. Although it does make me think I should have spent I should have spent a penny to turn that into its vigor roll, but it's dead. That brings us to Smokey, who has positioned himself so we can hit another 2 of them. So you don't need wife when you got Smokey.
Oh, you just jinxed me now.
But it didn't work.
No, Smokey will die and I'll end up dying at this point now.
Oh, you're kidding me. Okay, so that's a shaken on the hit with a
Not
raise.
counting a penny on that damage.
Well, technically, you can't because Smokey doesn't have any.
Oh, right, yeah.
And
Those
obviously,
are
you
my
can roll the second damage for Smokey because he did hit both of them. Gotta love it, isn't it? The standard hit skewers one completely. The hit with a raise just shakes it. Okay, well, they're looking in about. They're basically, I think they're all still. You're holding your own. I'm going to move it on to infected number 9, who is going to unshake, but he hasn't done anything. It's taken him this long to recover from whatever Aki said at the start.
Where is number 9?
He's going to shamble.
He's right over on the side of the map near Patreon solution maps.
Okay, he was farther out. Okay.
He shambles. As opposed to just wanders, he shambles with a capital S. Lopes is probably a better word, isn't it? Nope, that one misses. And over to you, Aki. Basically, this infected leaps at you, slavering menacingly, but fails to bite you.
Well, I suppose I could just slice him up with my hand razor. Oh,
You hit. Just. Oh, that again. The acing denied as the dice rolls slowly over. It is shaken, so you can move if you wish to.
Oh, my motherboard. Yes.
I shall move there.
Okay. You'll be glad to know the vile bile will be dissipating, meaning you no longer have a -4 on all notice and shooting rolls.
Oh, good. So I no longer stink enough to make myself want to throw up. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it basically gives all of them a +4. Basically, makes you the most tasty target as well while you're covered in that stuff.
Delicious.
Indeed. I'm going to have them all suddenly sort of have a burst of speed. Oh, does it? I think he just reaches Merlin from there, I'm afraid to say, from Merlin's perspective. But obviously, they're not really built for running, so their attacks seem incredibly uncoordinated afterwards. Okay, infected number 3 is remain. Oh, it's finally no longer shaken. Wow. I think it means he gets to go 6 inches that way. And infect. Oh, yeah, an infected number 5 recovers from being shaken and will attempt to bash Smokey and miss. Okay, next. Merlin.
Well, Merlin doesn't like the fact that this guy's gotten up in his face like this. I don't think I have oh, I do have extraction. I'm going to extract myself.
I'm
from
trying,
him.
but I'm failing miserably on my dice. You do have extraction. Go for it.
I do have extraction. I'm going to step back to there.
Okay.
And I'm going to multi-action. I'm going to shoot a couple of these magic missiles that I've got.
Okay. Magic missile away.
You're targeting yourself, Merlin.
He wants to hit himself. He's feeling suicidal. He can't take it anymore. He nearly got bitten by one of the infected and couldn't face the consequences.
That's better.
Oh, poor me.
That's
That's
better.
a hit
Feels
with
good.
a raise. Your damage dice rolls today has been depressingly low, guys. You shake. You shake the infected with a magic missile.
Not that my rolls have been so great either.
No.
You know what? I am going to spend my last penny on that.
Okay. Go for it. That is a successful use of your last penny.
Blinding.
It is indeed. I'm going to award you a penny for being so dedicated in spending your last penny rather than saving one to save your skin with. I found it dramatic and appropriate. Mr. Donahue, sir. The numbers have diminished quite considerably, but there still seem to be a few of these uninfected individuals advancing. Well, they were advancing towards Aki, but now they seem to be focusing more on you because you're closer.
Yep. We'll shoot the closest one.
Smell is gone.
You're lucky I rolled a 1 on the duration. That's a hit with a raise. Twice. Not sure why. Okay.
Blow its head off.
Indeed. Oh, I see why you targeted yourself. That's why it was saying close combat range. Yeah. Yeah. You blow its head off. Ah. I thought you said 5, not 4. But anyway.
Yeah, I did. I said I might have to go early. I
okay. I love the way that you applied all the damage to yourself, not the creature there. So we'll remove all the splats over you. Okay, and Mr. Donahue's then sensibly backing away.
Yep. And then Smokey
Yep.
will go after.
That's hit. That's 2 hits. I don't think he needs to roll the second one, but you can if you want for bragging rights. My word, he really smacked that infected apart. And it goes down, leaving infected number 9 to...
He will.
Sorry, go for it. You can move. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just working out.
I'll point him towards number 9, which is deciding
Yep.
to be suspiciously active.
Yep. They can only shamble so far, so it moves to there this turn. It can't run every round. They're not the super fast style infected of modern horror movies. They can have solitary bursts of speed. But anyway, Aki.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot this guy and then reload.
Ooh, pardon me. I think you might have hurt him. Okay.
And then I'm reloading my rifle, which is my other action, and blast me girl.
Okay, infected number 9 doesn't manage to reach Merlin. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened there. I can't, for some reason, click. There we are. And now Merlin.
Merlin will turn around and we're just going to shoot this one with my bow.
Okay. You should have used that all along.
Well, I'm using the bow the whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, with the last of the infected disposed of, as it were, everything seems to be relatively quiet again. The eerie silence of the streets returns. The infected appear to be dressed in a variety of uniforms and clothes, and seem to have various stages of decay upon their flesh. Obviously, there's nothing left of the blob guy. He literally ruptured. The lasher appears to individual appears to have basically been. Wait, look! It appears to be someone dressed up as a traffic warden originally, as it were, or whatever the American version of a traffic warden is, traffic officer. But yeah, except for the fact that there's a huge rip in the torso. But yeah, the others, as I say, seem to be a wide selection of society. A couple of the infected that are, just seem to be shambling towards you do appear to be police officers, but yet, although they were still carrying their sidearms, they didn't in any way attempt to use them. There we go. What do you do?
Uh,
I'll just bring Wave up. She's not actually. Yeah, she's obviously been off doing a side quest and pops back and then thinks she saw something and heads off again.
I'd say probably go to keep heading for that
that way.
center pyramid.
Okay, yep. Well, it depends, because obviously that figure you saw departed that way, but yeah, if you want to head towards the pyramid would you would be that way on this junction, because obviously the pyramid is northeast of where you currently are. But obviously on the block system you're going to have, actually you can go either way, can't you? If you've got to head northeast and you're you head north and then east, or then east and then north. It's your call. It's a couple of miles to the central compound from here. So
Yep, we'll head that way.
okie doke.
Carry on tracking these zombie things down.
Well, if you're heading this way, this will take you out of this dark zone to the. You can see you're already heading out, but there will probably be more. Thank you, Barfred. No, really beautiful. You're one of the police officers. Okay, in the UK they're distinct and separate, but in America, yeah, that's fine. Maybe in the future they're separate again. Who knows?
You just muted yourself.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to myself.
Me? What do you mean me? Me? I mean me. What do you mean? Who's me? Me? I'm me.
I don't know. I just took the monsters from Misfit Studios, so therefore They're definitely not zombies. Anyway, they're infected. I don't know what you're on about. Actually, I think they're more based on Left 4 Dead, to be honest. Just worry.
Yeah, exactly. Left 4 Dead, the shambling things, the lasher, the exploder. Yeah.
I think it's what. Just worry if I start saying you can hear a crying girl somewhere nearby. But anyway, okay. Sorry, just trying to think where we'll do. So you keep heading onwards. Again, you sort of leave the area of the residential district and find yourself. Ironically, it's amazing. All these city blocks look very similar. It's very uncanny like that. But you find yourself back in another residential district. So far, you've been able to circumnavigate the dead zones, as it were, for the droids were the drones were showing up. But as I say, you're starting to think all these city streets look the same. Definitely not, because I've only got the one map. However, there does appear to be another one of those more interesting looking style corporate buildings that Mr. Donahue did wish to examine before someone decided to break the server system. Yeah.
Well, it was less examine, more just steal.
Still, well, exactly. Maybe there's an opportunity to possibly do the same thing again if you want.
No, this is not. Now that we've, that's just asking to get ambushed by these things. So now let's just find Mr. Big, murder him, and get out of here.
Okay, Dookie. Okay, I'll scrap that whole idea. I finally worked out what was in the server room, what you would have found in the server room if you hadn't trashed it, but that's okay. That's not a problem. I can live with that. Okay.
I was just after money.
Yeah, I know. You could probably still do that if you want, but that's absolutely fine. It's not a problem. Okay. So I need. Okay. Can I? Okay, you notice. I don't need notice checks. You notice movement up ahead. Appears to be another one of those supply drones.
Probably don't need to worry about it.
You do notice for a supply drone, well, compared to the other supply drones you've seen, this one seems to be moving faster. You do notice it does appear to be flashing the it does appear to be having its safety warning lights on, implying that it is currently in escape mode.
Take cover.
Okay.
Tell the other guys to take cover too.
Yeah, definitely.
What am I looking for? Where's the one?
Got a duck.
It's that one. Okay. Okay, so literally, it swings around the corner at high speed. Aki, as you're standing where you are, it's coming straight towards you. You can hear it actually going. It literally has a little digitized recording going. help, 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 help. And then four cyber dogs with flesh hanging off them and other unpleasantness about them come pounding round the corner behind it. But Donahue gets to go first with a joker. Because the supply drone's already moved.
Is there stairs in this alleyway? Or a ladder or something like that?
There's probably a fire escape, yes.
Okay.
Have a notice check.
If I act... how far are they? 18.
Have a notice check as you die as you dive into that alleyway. Yeah, you notice there's movement at the far end of it. For the record, I placed them there before you guys dove into the alleyway. Because they went down the side to cut off the thing they're pursuing, and obviously now they've seen you. So as you're looking around, looking for, you can see there's a fire escape, but obviously it will require an athletics check to jump up to it and pull it down. But at the same time, you notice two more of these infected cyber hounds just bound out of this side alley here, and then they sort of skid to a stop, and they see you, cybernetic jaws snarling at you.
I'm going to have Smokey help get me up.
Yeah, sure.
That ladder.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I have grenades.
Okay, that's not a problem.
Time for me to go.
Okay.
Do I still need
Feel
to
free
make,
to blow them up. Yeah, just trying to get me killed. Yeah.
Okay.
See you later.
See you later.
Merlin is going to shrink himself. I'm going to become about the size of a mouse and disappear into an air duct or something.
Okay. So, Mr. Donahue, you literally, with Smokey's assistance, you clamber up and you're on the fire escape. Okay. What's Smokey going to do? Well, actually, what are you going to do when you get up there? Because obviously clambering up is still a free action, as it will be nice.
I will shoot number 2, I guess.
Okay. Well, at the moment, you're going to be doing that on the 2 of diamonds. You're shrinking yourself, by the way.
Yeah, but I don't have any bennies. Oh, no, I do have bennies, don't I? Man, that's going to be... Yeah, I don't want to go that late. Come on, Joker.
You got a Joker. You got a Joker. Nicely done. Okay, infected cyberhound. Okay, you shoot the infected cyberhound with your pistol. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much to it.
Yeah, I'm looking at that and it's like, yeah, since I got another Joker, might as well. There we go.
That's a good shot. Obviously, taking time and aiming, you shoot it, and down it goes. Mr. Merlin, sir. And then we'll go for Smokey after you see.
Okay, like I said, Merlin is going to minimize himself.
Okay.
Every 2 power points spent, and I am currently a size 0, so I'm going to go ahead and spend all 4 power points and make myself a size -2.
Okay.
And let's do this. Boink.
Which make you very hard to hit.
There we go.
This affects your toughness, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, size and strength is what it does. Doesn't affect toughness, so... yeah, there we go. I'm small.
So your size -2, strength -2, aren't you?
Yeah. -2 die, 2d.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yep, no problem.
And then, like I said, I'm going to find me a something to hide in/under. being so small.
Okay. Obviously, yeah, in's probably better than under, given that they are hounds and dogs, and they therefore still have probably got their good sense of smell. Go for it.
Is there like a hole in the wall right here?
Oh
that I
yeah,
can
yeah.
go
Sorry.
through, or-
Yes,
Okay.
Sorry, no problem at all. Sorry. Sorry, I misunderstood. I miscommunicated. Yeah, you literally looking around, you find you dive into some you dive into a hole in the wall and sort of back in as far as you can. How small does size -2 make you enter interest? There is a table, isn't there? On size. Size and size table. -2 coyote, bobcat, or porcupine. So
Yeah, so that's how basically a large cat is about how big I am.
yeah. So you're probably there's probably not a hole that big thinking about it, but you'll I'm sure there's
Does he get like the athletics bonus or anything like that from it?
no, because he's still him. He's just a smaller version of him. I'll say there's an air duct or like an air duct or something you can jump inside. Smokey, having assisted you, basically what I've given you the equivalent of cover +4 up the fire escape, because they'll have to try and jump up and get you. So I figured that I'll work that out as cover. As if they jump high enough to grab you, bite you, they can. But anyway, what does Smokey want to do? Hello? It's all gone very quiet. Is your mic and speakers swapped around again?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it my turn again?
No, I forgot about Smokey, so I was being nice and letting you decide what he wants to do. Sorry.
Oh, Merlin disappeared into a building.
Merlin. Well, you saw Merlin literally get smaller and then dive into an air duct that like an extractor air duct that leads down to a basement level or something. He literally clambered inside it. He's
Okay. Smokey will stay there waiting for Aki to get his ass across the street and up the fire escape.
okie dokie. Infected Cyberhound is going to run. Okay, well, Infected Cyberhound number 1 is going to catch the drone and hit it. It literally jumps up, catches it out of the air, and its cybernetic jaws clamp onto it, but don't hurt it. You might be in luck because, well, that's still around. That's moving faster than you guys are. This one is going to come. This one is literally going to move down to there, and ignoring the human, it literally starts jumping up, trying to get you up the. Oh my word! Hang on, the cover bonus didn't kick in. Why didn't the cover bonus kick in? So it just manages. It literally manages to nick at as you're literally sort of clambering up the fire escape. It just manages to jump with unexpected height, and I'm afraid its jaws do catch your foot as you're literally clambering up the fire escape. Obviously, next round you'll be higher up and you'll be okay. Assuming you do keep climbing. Yep, you are able to successfully, no problem at all, avoid any further complications. Oh, this one's going fast. You only needed to get to there. Miss it. Oh no, still hitting because it's got terrible parry. It has no combat skill. but it's unharmed again, so they're just going after that. Aki, and he's going to go on hold because this one's going to come running in.
He's not running for the fire escape?
He might do, but he's going on hold because he did leave one final command, so I'm going to act on his final command before he runs for the fire escape.
Okay.
Okay, so he hits with a raise. Okay, the supply drone is finally brought down. Down it goes. Aki then comes off hold. He's going to... He is going to target there, if it lets me. Hey, come on, target him. There we go. And then I am going to go to his combat tab because he said I have grenades. So he's got bennies. One more for luck. No. Okay, so that's D12 o'clock. So that's going 6 o'clock, and it's medium range, so it's D6 times. Oh, geez.
I was going to say he could have moved and then thrown.
That's very true. I will retcon that and agree with you. Hadn't occurred to me. See, I'm thinking two. Yeah, if he'd moved in to make it short range to there, then they'd hit. So let's do that instead. I agree. Why is it not targeting? Yeah, it's targeting now. That's good. I'm having problems with the targeting today. Okay, I'm going to re-roll that one. Okay, so blows that one apart. Blows that one apart. And one's unharmed, one's incapacitated, unharmed, shaken. One was shaken. I'll leave that one shaken. And then he's going to move 1 whole inch. He gets to move. He only gets as far as that this turn. Hopefully I won't kill him.
All right. Smokey will take his action then.
Yep, be my guest. That's a hit.
And a wound.
And down it goes. Okay, Merlin. Hiding in your shrunken cubby.
Hiding in my
state.
cubby hole. Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm going to... I think I'm going to try and shoot my bow at this thing.
Okay.
And I did see that they appear to have armor, so let's use the combat arrows. Oh, yeah.
That's a hit. You literally just skewer it.
So this little bitty arrow comes flying out of this air vent and hits the thing right in the eye and just drops it.
Yep, down it goes. Very minimal sparks. Do you wish to move, or are you happy staying in your cubby hole? Sorry.
Oh no, I'm happy in my cubby hole.
Okay, Mr. Donahue, if you wish to, obviously there's not many left, but you can climb up so that even they can't reach you anymore.
Yeah, I'll climb up out of their jumping range, but not get all the way up the.
Yeah, because it's almost instantaneous. The idea is, it's just as your feet are still on the ladder getting up to the first level. I'm afraid that one got you, but fortunately now you're up on the level, they can't reach you except by going through the building and out on the window if you're unlucky. But anyway, so you clamber up to.
I'll just stay on hold and wait for. If Aki lets me know that there's only one left, I will wait to I'll go on hold to snipe it as it gets in.
Aki
becomes
is
visible.
going to take a single shot at it, hitting with range. He drops it, but he backs. He in the end backs off anyway, making a tactical withdraw, maneuver backward. He's walking backwards into the alleyway, firing as he goes, and in his typical rough and dwarvish way, points out that he got the last of the censored, and everything seems to go quiet again. Nice and quiet now. What's your plan?
Well, I will go ahead and climb out of the hole and look way up at Acme. But decide that it's probably not a good idea to ask him for a ride, and then let my spell drop.
Okay, and you return to normal size. There's bits of Cyberhound all over the road where the fragmentation grenade went off. Which reminds me, I need to use up one of his grenades. Inventory.
So, Donahue, where are we headed now?
Probably that way ish.
Yeah, northeast to the Central Plaza. It's quite annoying because I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting you to get there today. Oh, you can get there today, but it's not about. It's
come back down the ladder escape and keep going, I guess.
Okie doke. Right. Creative diversions number 3. I'm going to have to come up with here now. It's all fun, really. So walkway. Actually, I've used that before. Okay, yeah. So basically, tokens are unlocked. You literally, I suppose, you can walk between the buildings and head that way, or you can walk down the road. It's up to you. Again, as I say, it's the sense of it's the sense of sort of you being alone in this place is starting to get to you slightly, and the fact that the only times you find anybody, they appear to be rather unfriendly and not entirely healthy looking. But I'm sure that won't be a problem in the longer term.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to find something. No, can't find it. That's not worth. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, as you're moving on a bit, can I have notice checks, please? Up ahead, what you notice is you're back in one of the residential areas, skirting the edge of what you still had marked as one of the dark zones, as far as the drones were headed. You're skirting the edge of that. What you do notice is there appears to be a fairly low, 10 or so floors residential block, and you can see that there appears to be a light flashing from the top floor. It seems to be sort of a series of quick flashes, then slightly slower flashes, and then some other, it seems it does seem to be a repeating pattern. You think it might be Morse code.
What's the actual code?
As I say, it seems to be set. You're not sure if it's automated or just set on repeat. Automated, or if there's someone just repeating it. It seems to be broadcasting in your direction and then stops for a while and then comes back again. It literally saying, "Is anyone out there? We need help. Right, supplies are low."
In which building is this?
It's not on the map. It's just up ahead. It's a residential.
I'll let the other let everybody else know. It's like, what do you guys want to do? It could be a trap, could be out of.
Oh, it's almost definitely a trap, but that's why we need to go and check it out.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go.
Okay, I'm just desperately trying to find what I was looking for, but I can't. Sorry, I had some clever plans, and then went and. That's on the ground floor. That's not the one I want. It must be. No, I'm not going to use that one. Use that one. Well, they all seem to be built the same. Yep. So basically, as you get closer, what you notice is it appears that the message is as you're heading down, the road's slightly blocked, so you have to turn slightly northwards, and that means you're now seeing the south. The west side of the building rather than the south side of the building. It would appear that the message is being broadcast in all four directions. But as I say, it's whether it's automated or what's causing it, you're not entirely sure. But yep, it doesn't take you long to get to the building. I do have that, actually. Let's go for that. That could be interesting. Sorry, guys. On the fly stuff here. I was expecting subtle differences and things, but that's okay. My dice rolls, your dice rolls were rather better than I'd hoped for. Okay, so that should do that. And if I turn that grid on, then... Well, that lines up rather well, but that means the tables are too big, so let's take it to 100. Yeah, I like that. And I can turn the grid down to 1, so it's still there but not visible. And then unlock tokens. Okay, so basically... as you're basically to get to the building, it would appear one of the sides is two of the sides of the building are blocked, and you realise the only way you can come in is from the west. And as you walk towards the structure, from the west hand side, the ground floor appears to be one of the string of the Utami bars that I think you've had meetings in and stuff before. This one doesn't look doesn't look in the best of conditions as you approach it. I haven't put line of sight on, so you're lucky you can see the whole thing from here. But
Okay.
Because I haven't got line of sight set up on this map yet. It was on my to-do list and I forgot.
Keep an eye out looking for traps or something like that. They would get mindless, but not.
Indeed, there does as you're walking, the road beneath you does appear to have quite a number of decomposing corpses down there.
Cautiously approaching.
No problem at all. Like, he has a bit of a jitter as he gets too close, but he calms down again. All seems relatively quiet. You can see sort of the odd spark here and there, as if whatever happened here was relatively recent. Seems most of the systems. It looks like something happened, and there was some explosive damage that destroyed the entrance to the bar area. And you can see inside everything seems turned over and stuff.
Okay.
You hear some noise coming from behind the bar area. You can't see anything, but you hear some noise coming from behind the bar. I did use the grenades. It was most effective.
Call out.
Okay, you give a call out. This thing appears. It's from behind the bar. It seems like I suppose it seems a cross between a humanoid and a sort of insect. It looks vaguely cockroachly in nature, and its mandibles seem to be eating some detritus that was obviously behind the bar. As Merlin walks up and you call out, it pops its head over the bar and sort of looks at Merlin and its mandibles and clacking. What do you do?
Ask if it's intelligent and can speak.
It just continues making interesting clacking noises.
Well, I need to see what it was eating in case it was the person we're supposed to be here for. So I'm going to move up here behind this table.
All right, there's a journalist we're supposed to be trying to rescue, supposedly.
Yeah,
oh, yes.
Too.
I forgot about that. I had forgotten that's who I knew you were looking for. Someone I forgot to check my notes to see who it was. So thank you for reminding me. Okay, you move up to there. Aki's going to take a defensive position over there. What's Donahue going to do?
I'll move up the spot with cover.
Okay. This thing just seems to basically just be keeping its eyes on you. It hasn't necessarily made any hostile moves yet, but it's just sort of watching you, Merlin. Definitely some dark fluid dripping from its mandible back down to the behind the counter. Meantime, the distorted music from the jukebox kicks in slightly.
I will continue on this direction and kind of look over the counter, see what I can see.
Okay. As you move over that way, another failed stealth roll means you hear movement, and you see another one as it bumps into the music system over there. What appears to be a leg in its mouth. Still with the shoe on.
And can I tell what the one here behind the counter was chewing on?
There appears to be. It appears to be eating the remains of an animal. You're not sure what the animal was. It was probably a dog or something similar, but it's in a bad way at the moment. The one behind the one in the corner continues to munch, bringing the small red shoe closer to its mandibles as it consumes the leg.
And we're sure the signal came from here, Donahue?
Top of the building, right?
Yeah. This is the ground. This is sort of the entrance, the ground floor bar entrance to the building, if that makes sense. You can probably get round the side. There will be an entrance to the building, otherwise, but also logically, there's an entrance into the lobby through the bar as well for residents, as it were.
And looking at the leg, does it look like it came off of an infected or off of a?
You're not able to really tell from here.
Okay.
Due to the lighting and everything. The odds, it's probably, they look like they're scavengers, so it could have been lying around for a while. So, mate, you might not be able to tell. It's up to you. As I say, from your perspective, the entrance to the building is just off to the left. It's just, obviously, this was across the walkway, so it's the first thing you saw.
Okay, so to get to the elevators, we don't need to go through here.
You don't need to go through here. No, it's really whether you want to investigate or not. That's all it is, really. Or you wish to get involved is all I'm trying to say. Sometimes I like to have this idea that you can control your own destiny.
Well, I was thought this was the begin, like we had to go through here to get.
No. I completely understand. That's from basically as you get closer, you can see this doesn't appear to be. This appears to be just in the ground floor of the building. As you've got across, you do notice there is an entrance just off the map. I thought there was a set of stairs at the back, but there isn't. So I'm rapidly retconning at the same time.
It's like just avoid these guys or what? Well, look at the others. I guess I look at Merlin as like avoid them or.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have anything that interesting as far as loot goes. So yeah, maybe best if we just left them.
No problem at all. They basically, obviously, once they determine you're not being an active threat, they seem to, this one goes back round the corner. You can hear some more munching sounds coming from behind there. This one goes back down behind the bar and continues eating whatever it's eating.
Yeah, I mean, roaches aren't really predators. So
yeah, I mean these were 7 foot tall human, half half cockroach things, so not normal. I called him roach because that's what they gave you. You just had this impression of them. No problem at all. So you head into the building, and funny enough, I bet you the apartment. It would appear that all the apartments in Night City all seem to follow the same design. It's uncanny, really, isn't it?
It's almost like it's some sort of corporate thing.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is almost like it's some sort of corporate thing. So this is basically the top floor of the building. You get the impression that this is the top floor of the building as you come to the actual broadcast. As now you're up here and it doesn't appear to be all glass, must have been either in some sort of penthouse on top of the roof or some setup just on top of the roof. But the elevator doesn't take you to the top floor, and you didn't find any. Is there walls on this one? Oh, I thought this map used to have walls on it. Don't know what happened to them. I don't know what happened to the walls. How quickly can I draw some walls on, do you think?
probably not that quickly.
Whoops. Go away, software. I'm not trying to enter my password to enter a website right now. What are we doing? Enable line of sight, and that will show me what you guys can see, and then I can go back to there. You'll be surprised how quickly I can do this if I don't worry too much about windows and doors. You'll be able to open them all. There we go. That'll do. How's that? That wasn't too bad. There we go. That will suffice. Okay. Hopefully. There we go. That'll do. Back to you guys. So it's a corridor, and you can see, as I say, I haven't worried about drawing the doors on a window, so I assume you can just walk through them if you want to. So I'm just reading. Aki's obviously watching the stream he's obviously travelling to wherever he's travelling. He was asking, does it look like a journalist's leg? Because there's obviously a delay on it. Oh, I can unlock the tokens for now. Sorry, there you go. And so there appears to be 2 apartments on this floor. So that's 1001 and 10. That's 1001. That's 1002.
Martin will go ahead and step up and kind of peek through the corner.
Peeking through the corner, you can see into. I forgot to put a wall on the toilet, but that doesn't matter. It was only for. This apartment appears to be in a state of disarray. It looks like it's been looted, and every cupboard appears to be, every drawer and everything seems. All the furniture appears to be turned over, and everything else, from where you see, looks like it's been taken. The kitchen area, the cupboards are open, and everything like that. I should have some notes, shouldn't I? It will tell me what I told you. I can't remember what I called the.
Okay, well, Merlin's going to go ahead and go in, look for any signs of life. Preferably not mumbly life, but real life.
Indeed. Well, as I say, obviously the computer's there, but is not switched on. But it seems very quiet. Why didn't that work?
I guess it's time to move to the next room.
Okay. Sorry. I might just cheat and say, oh, right. Log in. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Sorry. Ah, you swipe. Thank you. Read my fingerprint. Come on. I made all these lovely plans for this and then forgot to, when everything sort of went out the window. Oh, well, I can't remember. I'll just make it up and change it as we go. Okay, moving on to this one. The door here is open, but I'm not sure why. And as you look inside, it would appear the doors should be barricaded. It has been set up to be barricadable from the inside. The whole area, this whole sort of living area of the apartment seems to basically be full of supplies, as if someone was planning to spend a fair bit of time here.
Okay, does it look like the barricades were taken down from the inside or busted in?
There doesn't appear to be any damage to the door. No, it looks like it was probably opened. There we go. Why didn't you just... Well, just now, sorry. I had to do 3 things at once here. All seems quiet inside.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of what scares me. I'm gonna go ahead and step in and kind of look around a little bit.
Okay. Okay, you step inside. As I say, it looks like someone's been holed up in this place for quite some time. There's supplies everywhere. There seems to be a selection of sort of melee weapons but sort of, when I say melee weapons, I mean more sort of customized tools that have been turned into hand weapon type things. You get the impression that someone's obviously been intending to keep themselves safe and secure in here for some time. Where are they? Sorry, I am just trying to see if I can find my notes. Okay. Right. You've headed to the bedroom. Okay. Logs. Here we go. Logs. 3 log entries. Dirk Benedict, freelance reporter. Dirk Benedict. There we go. Okay. So, as you head into what appears to be the one of the smaller bedrooms, there's a computer that seems at the far side. It appears to be on and has power to it. Neither of these beds appear to be lived in, slept in, as it were. The other bedroom that Donahue looks at appears to show signs of habitation. Just after Aki moves into the room, the door behind Aki snaps closed with a quiet but distinctive click. There we go.
Well, sounds like we've been locked in, guys.
As I say, Merlin, from where you are looking through the window, you can see a computer there, which seems the scale of this map's slightly out because everyone seems quite small compared to everything else. Also, there was a window looking out the window there. You can see there is a fire escape. It would appear that the stairs going down have been removed, but there appears to be stairs heading up towards the roof.
I will check that computer since it seems to be on and working.
I'll put a thing in the comments later. It's going to be one of the Patreon maps. Sorry, what was that about the...
Since the computer seems to be on and functional, I will check that computer.
Yep, indeed. Basically, as the computer is turned on and functional, it is sort of sitting at the login area, button, but that won't take you too much of a hassle to get past. You get in. It appears to be just a standard operating system. Most of the data files appear to be of sort of bookkeeping and financial nature. It appears that a Mrs. Abel Crabwell lived here quite some time, judging by the accounting stuff. But they all appear to be dumped in a sort of all the files and everything appeared to be dumped into a folder with an access time of at least 100 or so days ago. The remaining files on the system appear to be newer and appear to be some sort of notes about the compound. They seem to have a more recent timeline.
Okay.
The last update appears to have been about 10 days ago.
Okay.
Also, also you do find another little application that appears to but not necessarily a home defense system as such, but it seems that after a certain number, there's motion sensors dotted around the property, and it would appear that the active Donahue, that's you. The act of Merlin moving inside triggered some program that if the front door isn't secured after a certain amount of time, it automatically occurs, which seems to imply that someone here may or may not have either be forgetful or maybe had some other reason to have the door automatically lock behind him. But you think that it's easy enough? It does. It also from here you can also remotely unlock the door if need be, so you're not too concerned that you're trapped in here. There doesn't appear to be any other automation other than that. The fact that it seems to automatically lock and close the door X minutes after entrance if it's not automated.
Okay. I'll tell him doesn't seem to be anything particularly interesting on here.
Sorry. It appears to be a set of it seems to be a set of notes and other stuff, almost a journal as such, a sort of cross between a journal and sort of notes. That appears that someone named all the files DB1 and onwards. Seems to be reporting on what he's found since he's been in here the last 20 days or so. 20 days.
So he's been using it as a journal?
Yeah.
All right. We'll use that then.
Okie dokie. Basically, it takes you, obviously, you'll sit around and spend some time sort of filtering through the stuff, but it would appear that these are the notes of Dirk Benedict, the reporter that came in here and basically hasn't been seen since. It would appear that he got in 20 days ago. Retconning any timelines I said before because I forgot to put that in my notes, it would appear. Naughty me. So anyway, he was due to come out. I think 12 days ago or something, which is when that person that got you in there, their friend, was expecting them back out, but he didn't come. And the last report you've got here is 2 days after that, which was 10 days ago from your timeline. It would appear that he's obviously a freelance reporter, and he was basically investigating Arasaki Compound Number 4, which you knew because obviously you picked up on that from the Arasaki server. Most of it a lot of the early stuff seems to be notes that he's written up about, which you recognise, about how he got in and the same contacts you made as he's made. After that, he does appear to have found that reporting that the whole place appeared to be deserted, and but everything seemed to be functional. He appears to be relatively okay at sort of computer manipulation, but not at your level, Donahue. And it appears that he has attempted to, on more than one occasion, he was able to get into computer systems to try and see if there was anything going on, and as far as he can tell, 160 days, wasn't it? 160 days ago. I'm just having to do the sums in my head. When Arasaki Compound Number 4 went offline, seems to be the last entries on any system he's actually looked at. Seems to show nothing untoward, which I think was similar to what you found before the systems went down, wasn't it? After that, what he's found is looking around, he seems that basically any research data or bear in mind this is all Arasaki's own stuff, any research data or project data appears to be transferred and off the servers and deleted. Any financial all financial accounts seem to imply that all money from all these separate systems and sub companies appears to have all been transferred to a central account, and basically it also seems that over time a number of subroutines and programs seem to have basically the code for them seems to be transferred out, and as far as he could tell. But then on other systems, he investigated. When he tried to get in, he could find no records of what their former stuff was. They all seem to be, most of them just seem to be running the same code, and it just seemed to be basically acting as remote processors for some other system. He couldn't work out what it was doing or anything else, and it seemed to basically all point back to something else, and it was basically just running something that seemed to be called CPU.
Do we got an address of where it's?
Apparently, they all point back to an IP address. Obviously, by then it's probably IP6, but they're ridiculously long, so we'll keep it nice IP4. It would appear that obviously Arasaki has compounds have their own routing networks and everything else. But the address, everything seems to be going back to an address of 1.1.1.1.
Okay.
Any attempts, and he then also notes that any attempts he's found to access that area, that address basically fails. So it doesn't ping. You can't trace route to it to find out where it ultimately goes. It took him a while to find that address in a system. In fact, he actually caught some system being taken over by some sort of worm, and that's the only reason he saw the address. And he then goes on to say that he did find in a couple of buildings corpses jacked in to systems, their decks completely fried, and basically it looks like most of their skulls were completely fried as well. So.
Okay.
He also notes that it was 2 days before his last entry is the first time he reports that he saw people shambling around the place. He said he watched them for a day and got an unnerving feeling from them. It was only on the second day when he saw one of them on their own. It looked like a child. He went to investigate, and the last entry seems to imply that when he approached the child, she turned and looked at him in a disconcerting way, moved very fast, and bit him. And that was the last. That's the last entry.
This guy is probably dead then. Okay. Oh wait, you're off by an hour. I'd say whatever. Let's check out the roof to see if he's
Let's check out the roof. Okie dokie.
It doesn't seem like. Seems like this Mr. Big just took advantage rather than caused the problem here. There's a way it seems to be working out.
Okay. You can. Okay. Again, I don't think it really matters from your perspective on the whole lack of line of sight. As I say, I was expecting to be able to. Well, I wasn't sure exactly how far we get today, and I didn't prep as much as I should have done. But anyway, that's by the by. So you clamber out the window, you head up to the roof. And yeah. You find yourself clambering up the fire escape and basically find yourself on the roof. Basically, as you clamber up onto the roof, you can see there's a water tower over there, and on top of that, there seems to be some interesting rotating gizmo that's sending. That seems to be sending the Morse code flashes. As you can see, there seems to be elevated sections, and let's have notice rolls, please. Donahue. Okay, Donahue is okay. So Donahue is not surprised. Suddenly emerging up on the highest level, sort of out of what appears to be someone's rooftop garden. Donahue wasn't surprised. You'd already. Oh, Smokey. Smokey's not surprised either. That's absolutely fine. Unfortunately, Aki and Merlin are surprised, but because the stealth row beat you. But rising up out of the on the very top level appears one of those infected. This one seems to be slightly less decayed than the earlier ones, and he seems the clothing is a little less ragged. He stares at you through a pair of glasses that are still attached to his face, but the frame seems smashed and he doesn't seem to see them. The other thing you notice is the large rip in the torso and the trailing intestines. It hisses as you appear, and it gets unless Mr. Donahue wishes to do anything about it, it's going to go first.
Sure, that's a.
Sorry, I got it wrong. This is the intestinal one. This one has got the loping tongue, not the intestines. It's the pouncer. It's the stalker, not the lasher. I apologise. Mr. Donahue is going first. As I say, Aki and Berlin are surprised, I'm afraid, because this is an ambush creature. But you get to go first. Yeah. Hang on, let me pop him on because I forgot to put him on, didn't I? Oh crap! That was a mistake. Let me try that again. There we go. There's that one. There's that one. Merlin was there. There we go. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, where'd he go?
Back on. Yeah. There he is.
Okay. I'm high enough to see him, right?
Well, you can see him now because he's lunging over. He's clambering up. He's about to leap, basically, but you get to react first.
Okay. I will shoot him.
Go for it. You hit. You shake him.
And then I will move for getting away from him. And what is Smokey got? Construct resilient. Alertness. He doesn't have anything about climbing.
But don't forget, climbing is athletics these days.
Yeah, he doesn't have athletics anyways.
No, he's
so well, he will. He will go on hold till that thing gets within melee range or.
No problem at all. Okay, this thing is going to the creature doesn't have a problem and unfortunately unshakes, and it's going to pounce on top of Merlin. Okay, so pounce. It's basically Merlin. I make a fighting check against you. No, is it athletics? No, it's a fighting check. Hang on, I think. Or is it athletics? I can't remember which way around I decided to do this. Let's have a look. It doesn't actually matter. It's going to be athletics then. So it's going to use its athletics to pounce on you.
Smokey will try and intercept.
Okay. Well, I'd say it's going to. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. He doesn't get to interrupt, as it were. You get to make Merlin gets to make an evasion roll. There's no penalties above the standard agility -2 because it didn't get any raises on its pounce. You successfully evade it, which then means basically it does. You manage to get out the way as it literally tries to land on top of you, and it would, if it had done so, it would have pinned, put you prone and then literally being on top of you and got to slash away at you. But fortunately, you roll out of the way in time, and that means Smokey comes online.
All right.
You hit once. You shake it yet again. Okay, Aki and Merlin recover their wits for the second round, and that's unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to claw Smokey and hit, doing no damage to it. And the second attack is going to claw Merlin, hitting, doing shaking Merlin, who's going next. It's then going to basically, as its move action, scrabble up this ladder and get up there. Merlin, you recover. What do you do?
I am going to step back to here so that I've got a little bit of range and can see him up there.
Mhm.
And I'm going to power missile him.
Go for it. I shall target him for you. Okay, you successfully cast Bolt, causing a wound upon him. Okay, he's going to have to spend one of his bennies. He dodges it. Definitely. It did cost me a benny. Mr. Donahue.
Okay. I got line of sight on him with him up there.
Yes, you do. Yeah, he's.
All right.
So the railing from that angle, the railings don't provide him any real cover, so you're fine.
All right. I'll try clipping him in like a limb to like slow him down or something.
Okay, good call. Cool. You miss.
Actually, the Smartling should have.
I'll negate up to 2 points of that, which makes it a hit. Roll for damage. Okay, you wound him.
Bonus damage? Or are you just going to slow it down?
Yeah, what I was going to say is basically it'll slow him down. I'll apply.
Okay. That's what I was trying for, anyways.
Yeah. So what I will say is obviously you're going to wound. I'm going to attempt to soak the wound, which he successfully soaks the wound, but I am actually going to roll you because although you didn't actually do damage to him, your cool shot does still impede his maneuverability. So you have slightly slowed him down. Smokey.
Okay. Oh, Smokey. How high is that ladder?
3 inches. So 2 inches. Yeah, basically, we'll just literally count it as movement. You can clamber up a ladder. Do you know what I mean? So, yep, he's fine. That's the easiest way to do it. I'm not going to worry too much about linear height, if that makes sense. On a 2-dimensional map. Okay, Smokey once again misses with the first blow, but hits him with the second arm. Shaking him again. That brings us to Aki, who I know what he's like. He's not going to move. Here, the angle he's got is going to be slightly obscured, so I'm going to give the guy cover. However, Aki will go full auto with his rock and roll. And by the time he can respond and say that's not what he's going to do, it'll be too late. 1, 2, 3 shots. That's going to take up quite a bit of ammo there. And I'll Benny that. Number of attacks 3 and Benny it. That's better. 2 hits. Takes him down to 18 ammo. Oh, flip. I forgot to roll the damage on his character sheet. It was a hit with a raise or a hit. Yeah, hit with a raise or a hit. So turn off that one. So a hit with a raise and a hit's better than just one hit with a raise, I think. Combat. Sorry about this. Much easier when the players roll their characters. The first shot wounds, and the second shot does 2 wounds. Okay, so I'm going to spend his last Benny to try and negate the first wound, which is successful. And then I'm going to spend one of my GM Bennies to fail to soak that one. Okay, new round, over to you guys. Did he just get the Joker? He just got the Joker again. Okay, the infected. Okay, you will get a Smokey will get a free attack. He's going to pounce on Aki this time. Smokey gets a free attack as he moves.
Okay.
Roll that damage. This might be over. Yeah, it is. So basically, as this thing gets ready to leap down on Aki, Smokey just skewers it from behind. It cries out in agony and pain and collapses back to the ground and doesn't move. And although it's a bit earlier, I think that's a logical place to leave it. So when we'll continue with next time. I hope you enjoyed that. And, well, I'm going to leave it there for today because I want to make sure that everyone's back for next time. And hope you've enjoyed that. And we'll see you next time. Thanks very much, guys.
Okay.
Seems like a good place to pause it.
Yeah.